Good afternoon, I'm Congressman Paul Gosar, and I represent Arizona's 4th Congressional District. I'm the newly elected chairman of the Congressional Western Caucus, a congressionally sanctioned organization in the House of Representatives comprised of more than 50 members and still growing. Our members come from communities all over the United States and include congressmen from Florida, West Virginia, New York, and Pennsylvania, in addition to numerous members from traditional Western states. The mission of the Western Caucus is to enhance, sustain, and preserve the West's dynamic and unique culture, and to find innovative solutions that address the distinctive concerns facing Western and rural communities. This means making sure your voice is heard and supported by the members of the Western Caucus. We believe economic growth and conservation are not mutually exclusive goals and can be accomplished by promoting balanced, common-sense reforms. Last week we kicked off the 115th Congress, and we've already made good progress on delivering the priorities of the American people. The Senate voted 51 to 48 to proceed to a resolution which establishes a filibuster-proof process, ensuring that the Chamber's consideration of legislation that will repeal parts of Obamacare and replace it. My conservative colleagues and I in the House also released our plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. The House passed the Midnight Rules Relief Act of 2017 and the REINS Act. These important measures will allow Congress and the Trump administration to roll back job-killing regulations that were unlawfully implemented by the Obama administration. As the new chairman, I have an aggressive plan to take the Congressional Western Caucus to the next level and to ensure we are a positive force in the 115th Congress. I will expand the benefits and services provided by the caucus to our members under my new chairmanship. Caucus staff will help draft amendments and bills, generate coalition support for initiatives, as well as produce graphics and draft op-eds for other caucus member offices. Staff and members will meet regularly and will be well coordinated. I will increase our social media presence through engaging videos and implement a weekly Western Caucus address. I will continue our good efforts of previous chairmen to work with Interior Appropriations staff and leadership so that Congress passes an Interior Appropriations bill each year. 2016 was the first time in 7 years that the House passed an Interior bill, and we had a lot of great wins. We need to continue that good work. Some of the caucus's initial legislative efforts will include working with leadership to pass a sportsman's package and introducing multiple bills that utilize the Congressional Review Act. This will allow us to terminate job-killing and overreaching regulations that were unlawfully implemented by President Obama and his administration. Now that I have shared with you my vision for the caucus for the upcoming year, I want to tell you a little bit about me so you can get to know me a little bit better. I have passed 70 amendments through the House and 8 bills into law in the last 3 years alone. I know how to lead and to get things done, and will teach and farm out this process to our caucus members. I serve on the House Committee on Natural Resources and the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. I am the current Vice Chairman of Natural Resources, Water, Power, and Ocean Subcommittee. And before being elected to Congress in 2010, I owned my own dental practice and was a small businessman in Flagstaff for 25 years. My wife Maud and I have 3 wonderful children. My 2 biggest legislative accomplishments to date are passing H.R. 687 and H.R. 1612 into public law. Specifically, H.R. 1612, my I-11 Intermountain West Corridor Development Act, was signed into law in December of 2015. I-11 and the Intermountain West Corridor will generate $22 billion for our economy and create at least 240,000 permanent jobs. My Southeast Arizona Land Exchange Act, H.R. 687, was signed into law and will create approximately 3,700 new jobs, generate $60 billion for Arizona's economy, and provide 25% of the United States copper supply. Another fun fact about me, it's very possible I'm the only congressman in our nation's history to successfully pull a tooth on the House floor. It happened during a marathon session during my first term. Congresswoman Martha Roby from Alabama had her daughter with her on the House floor, and Martha's daughter had a very sore tooth. She asked me to take a look at her daughter, who was in obvious pain, so I did what any good dentist would do and went to work on the House floor. I must tell you though, I had the help of a brave and cooperative patient, a supportive mother, and a crowd of onlooking members of Congress watching me go to work. No pressure or anything like that. I successfully got the tooth out and made a new friend. I am also proud to report that the Tooth Fairy successfully made it to Washington, D.C., which should bring a smile to everyone's face. I'm excited about the 115th Congress, and I'm committed to delivering on the priorities of the American people. The future is bright for Western and rural communities. The outstanding members of the Western Caucus will work closely with House leadership and the Trump administration to deliver meaningful results for the Americans throughout the country. Please tune in again next week for another weekly Congressional Western Caucus address delivered by one of our fine caucus members.